There's always a point of nervousness when you're putting something into the ocean. With ROVs, because it's attached to the mothership with a cable, you can get entangled in things in the ocean. So we are always very careful and very aware of what we are doing. Clear to release. When you're dealing with a lot of money on the end of the cable, it is very important to know where you are. Okay, we have a horizontal distance from the ship of 150 meters. Vehicle depth is 20 meters. If you know how deep you are, call that depth. And you know how long your cable is, call that slant range. Then to figure out your horizontal distance, the distance from the ship to where the ROV is straight down, then you just apply a simple mathematical formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Let's go down to 100 meters and make our first observation.
Okay. Diving. The vehicle can dive probably around 60 meters a minute, which is fairly rapid, a meter a second. Bridge vehicle is diving, heading for 100 meters to the first transect. Tether out is 300 meters. Horizontal distance is 200 meters now. As we progress down through the water, we will stop and make observations. Roger, vehicle depth is now 100 meters. You ready, Mary?
Yeah. This research mission is a bit like going into space. One never knows what to anticipate when you go down. This is one of the most alien habitats one could imagine on Earth. So I bring back video records of organisms trying to figure out, could life possibly exist in these harsh conditions?
Roger, vehicle depth is now 350 meters. The vehicle is progressing to 400 meters.
This would be a good place to do our samples. Can you
I
collect
can
one
get
of
this
them?
one right here. I'll move in on this one. Some of the animals that we research are very, very delicate. And with the thrusters, we're pushing water. And if we push too much water out, we can destroy the sample. So you typically try to go slowly. And we lower the sampler over top of the animal and then close the doors and bring the animal back.
That was good. We have a 500-meter sample now, but we can start our observations on the seafloor.
Okay. Bridge vehicle is now at 600 meters. We have some very extreme canyon walls in Monterey Bay. And these walls are of great interest because geologists want to know how they were formed and what the rock formations are, which means we have to work on them. But one of the things that you have to worry about is not getting the cable hung up on a canyon wall. For example, if I have a canyon wall, I want to fly the ROV up and down this canyon wall. And I have the ship, and I have the cable between the ship and the ROV. If the ship is on this side of the canyon wall, that means my cable's going to come up over the top of the wall and get hooked on something if it was to get stuck, and if you were to break the cable. Then you run the risk of losing the ROV. So you want to know that the ship is on the right side of the wall, and that way you know that the ROV is safe. Vehicle depth is 695 meters. We're about 5 meters off the bottom. We should be seeing it very shortly.